Wolverhampton Wanderers have made a recent proposal to the English Premier League to remove VAR from the competition. On June 6th, the Premier League clubs will come together to make a decision on the matter. How likely is it that Wolves win the vote? What would this mean for English football? And is it even a good idea? Let's talk about that today. Hello again, welcome to the channel. We're talking about, as you can see from the video title, Wolves and the VAR situation. Now, I personally don't like the idea of removing VAR, and I'll get more into that later in the video, but I do want to share my screen with you and an article to talk about this, because I haven't actually read up much on it, so let's do that together. Here you go. Wolves unlikely to win vote, which is expected. Like, it's a dumb idea, but I'll get more into that. Wolves unlikely to win vote, but adamant VAR is damaging football. Very dramatic. I make very dramatic stuff in my videos too, I know. Anyhow, this is a stupid idea. I can't lie. Like, as you can see here, on June 6th they are coming together. I don't get this idea. There is this myth in football that football was purer before VAR. Myth. Nah. Before VAR, when a decision went wrong, everyone went to a pub and everyone was arguing about it. This decision was wrong, blah blah blah. VAR has removed that. I am not kidding. VAR has removed so many decisions which were blatantly wrong, but we don't notice them, because we don't talk about them anymore. How many times do we talk about a good decision? Not a lot, do we? VAR has just improved refereeing in football to such a degree. But we might not consciously notice it, but it is definitely improved. VAR has not removed the purity from football, because at least I have never not celebrated a goal because of VAR. Like in the past, yeah, if a team scored and your player was offside, the linesman would still lift their flag. And you would still celebrate because the linesman could be wrong, the linesman could be overruled by the referee, or you could have not seen the linesman, or the linesman could have waited to lift his flag to let play continue and let the referee decide. These things don't stop people from celebrating. I have never not celebrated because of VAR. If a goal goes in and I'm like, oh, that's very narrow, I'm not like, really wonder what VAR has to say about this. Let me hold my excitement for like 3 whole minutes. Nah, I'm just celebrating. When I saw Haaland score against Spurs, I wasn't sitting there like, is De Bruyne offside? Of course I wasn't thinking about that. I saw Haaland score, I celebrated. Nobody is not celebrating goals because of VAR. That's just a stupid narrative, and I don't know where it comes from. Who is actually, genuinely, this is a question, tell me in the comments, yeah? Who is actually withholding celebrations when they see their score? Who? It's not me. It's definitely not me. So, yeah, very weird. And let's read here. A number of sources suggested they think it is very unlikely 14 clubs will vote in favor of the proposal. Of course, the Premier League has 20 clubs, and 14 clubs need to decide together whether, like, they need a 2/3 majority, which is 14, to decide if VAR is gonna be removed or not. Like, this is such a stupid proposal. Like, VAR has removed so much subjectivity from football. Every goal, like, remember in 2010, this is a good example. In 2010, I was watching England against Germany. We should have not won that game. Like, England scored 2 goals that were ruled off for absolutely no reason. We should have not won that game. If those 2 goals, like, because one of the goals was ruled off because it was offside, I think, and the other was because it was off the goal line, but it wasn't, it got past the goal line. If we had VAR back then, those goals would have stopped. Football needs VAR. And this is another thing I don't understand. Why do we not have VAR for when, for example, the ball goes out of play, for corners and stuff? Why do we not have VAR for that? These are objective things. These are the things where VAR is the best at. Instead of saying, we need to remove VAR, it's ruining the sport, and all that dramatic stupidity, how about you just use your tools better? That's like World War One. Sorry for the whiplash if you got one. World War One. Tanks did not work. If they tried to drive them over a hill, they just broke down. Did they say, this is trash, let's never use it again? No. They found the problem and they fixed it. Removing VAR is not helping. We need to work with VAR and improve VAR. There are new technologies coming into the Premier League next season which will make VAR even better. It will make offside calls quicker. It will make them more objective. This is objectively good for the sport. Why is VAR so hated? I do not understand it. Now let's continue reading here. One senior Premier League club official said there's no chance of this proposal. Who is this Premier League official? This is what I love about these articles. They never quote their sources, mate. They never quote their sources of the proposal getting blah blah blah, supported needs, blah blah blah. Yep, I know. That seems to be the sentiment shared by the majority of Premier League clubs. Have any Premier League clubs actually made any official statements? Like, except for the Wolves, because Wolverhampton is bringing this to the Premier League. Has any other club actually made a statement about this? I don't think so. Sky Sports, yeah. By the way, if you ever see any football news from Sky Sports, do be aware, they lie a lot. Like, for people who are newer to football, they are not a reliable source for football. So anyhow, Sky Sports News chief reporter Kaveh one second. Translate, blah blah blah. Solhekol also confirmed on Wednesday that while the majority of Premier League clubs want to keep VAR, it doesn't mean the clubs are happy with it and they want significant improvements, which the Premier League says are on the way for the next season. Obviously, the Premier League needs to bring in improvements for VAR, but to remove it entirely, like, imagine this. You have an infection on your finger needs to be amputated, your finger, it needs to be amputated because of an infection. Do you then decide, might as well throw away the entire hand? No! Just because you have one finger that needs to be amputated doesn't mean you cut off your damn hand. This makes no sense. I do not understand why Wolves won't make a proposal like this. It's anyone actually in favor of this, because if VAR is scrapped here, all the decisions that have gone wrong will go wrong again, and we will criticize the referees the same as we do already, but even more decisions that didn't go wrong will go wrong, because we didn't have VAR to check. A lot of penalties that were blatant dives will be awarded. A lot of penalties that should have been rewarded will not be awarded. A lot of offside calls that are always a lot of offside calls will be wrongfully given. A lot of goal line calls, like is it a goal, is it not a goal, will be wrongfully given. Removing VAR, in my opinion, is the dumbest thing I have seen the Premier League do since adding PSR rules, or like the current PSR rules, because I think they're absolutely shambolic. Which is why they are changing them, they don't work. That is all for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Please do like and subscribe. Bye.